What's up, everybody? Hey, man, is the music industry dying? Right? That's the title of the video today, and that's the question. Well, I'm outside today, a little bit loud inside, and I just got done working on my van because every musician needs a good van. Well, a crappy van. I got a crappy van, but I got it running again. Not just good with a guitar, man. I'm also pretty handy with a wrench. So, anyway, the music industry, right? And everybody wonders what's wrong with it. Why is modern pop music, popular music, so bad? Why is everything they're putting out sound exactly alike? And is it dying? Is this killing it? And there's a lot of different aspects to that. I think to a great degree, because I've been around a little bit as a musician and a little bit as a producer and working around the industry. I've gotten to see and hear a lot of things, and I'm not going to say I've been super successful because I haven't, but I've been around a bit, and I know why all the songs sound alike. It costs a lot of money for labels to break new artists nowadays. So what they do is they get a pretty face with a good voice off of one of these talent shows, and they have the same two guys write the same songs, write songs for everybody. So why they all sound alike. Dr. Luke and Max Martin. And, a lot of you probably heard of them. They write everybody's songs. And that way the industry doesn't have to take a gamble. They're giving you something that has already worked. They know it's popular. They know it'll work. And they put their marketing dollars into guaranteeing that you hear it everywhere you go. It's on every station. It's on TV. It's on commercials. It's playing at the mall. You hear it everywhere you go, and you become familiar with it. And even if you don't like it, you hear it enough and you kind of start to like it. And that's the idea behind that. But why don't they have, as much variety? There used to be a lot of different types of bands, a lot of different sounds in popular music, and that is really just dying. And with that, a lot of acts don't really want to sign with labels anymore. A big reason why is the labels have spent a lot of years ripping off their acts. I mean, they're brutal. They expect you to do everything for pretty much peanuts. And even if you make it big, they're taking a lot of that money. They take a lot of your artistic control. They tell you how you should sound. They have, industry people, record executives tell you how they want it to sound. And that's really crushing for an artist, And we live in a digital world now, a digital world that the industry is not doing well at keeping up with at all. They don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to handle digital music. They don't know how to monetize anything properly. But that digital world is great for artists because it means that you can foot the bill to record your album, or you can spend the money on the recording equipment and do it yourself. Because recording equipment, the stuff you need to do it yourself, is not expensive, and the knowledge you need to learn how to do it yourself is easy to come by. Especially on YouTube, there are a lot of channels dedicated to teaching you how to produce your own music. And in a digital world, you can market it yourself. You can release it yourself. You can put it on all the streaming services and on all the MP3 services. It can be on iTunes and Spotify and all that kind of stuff, and you can do that yourself. And in today's world, people aren't buying physical copies of music as much anyway. Now, you can have physical copies made. There are companies like CD Baby, where, or Disc Makers is their arm that does that actually burns the stuff. You can go to Disc Makers or another company that does that and have a bunch of physical copies burned to sell at your gigs. But most of the music people listen to is online, is streamed. In the very least, it's downloaded. Very few people buy CDs anymore, hence why you don't see very many music stores anymore. You don't see, and when you do see a music store like FYE, it has more merchandise than music. So if you can do it yourself, market it yourself, do it all on your own, and still market it to a worldwide audience. If you have a good YouTube channel or Facebook page or Instagram, Twitter, you can market your own stuff and not spend a lot of money doing it. So if you can do it yourself, then why sign with a big label who's going to tell you what to do, take a lot of your own money, and there's no guarantee it's success. They're not necessarily going to make you a big artist, you know? You can sink or swim on your own. And to a great degree, the labels are going to let you sink or swim on your own. They're just going to take more of your money and tell you what to do while you do it. So you have fewer bands looking to be signed, and the labels are less and less likely to take a risk on a new act anyway. And the funny thing is, by the time you get big enough and popular enough on your own for a label to think about it, go, we should maybe sign this guy, right? By then, there's less reason to sign. You know, I know in Christian contemporary and in country music, the radio still pushes a lot of album sales. So signing with a label gets you on the radio. That could be a good thing. But in rock music, less and less new music is being played on the radio. You know, I know where I live, the only rock stations are classic rock. We don't even really have oldies anymore. Everything is classic rock, right? Even the stations that play new rock play classic rock with some new stuff. So, I mean, you're in a position where artists don't want to sign and the labels don't know how to deal with digital music. And they're putting out a bunch of stuff that all sounds the same because it's less risky for them. And I don't think the industry is going to die, but I do think it's going to change. It's going to have to change. Right now, it seems like the main way the labels are trying to make money is by copyright claiming YouTube videos. You know, I don't play a lot of other people's stuff on my videos. I don't like to. Some people will talk about music. They'll do lists or break down a song. Or Rick Beato does that, and I know a lot of his stuff gets copyright claimed. And they take the money from your hard work. So I don't really put a lot of music on this channel from people other than me because of that. And that seems to be their growth market is just copyright claiming, even if it is fair use. What can you say, man? The labels don't know any other way to make money, apparently. So, I mean, I don't think the industry is going to die, but I think it's going to change. And I think one of the big changes is happening by independent artists, because people like you out there watching this, you can do the same thing that I do, which I bought my own equipment, I record my own stuff. It hasn't been really expensive at all. If you already have the instruments, you can put, you know, as little as $500 into it and start recording stuff that maybe isn't as good, high quality as you would get from a professional studio, but at the same time, man, it's good enough. It's plenty good to put out there on Spotify, and if you get good at it, a lot of times you can produce stuff that's as good as anything, you know, production-wise, anything that came out in the 80s or 90s, or even into the early 2000s. And if you want to spend a little bit more money on it, you can be very up to date. It's not expensive. You can market it yourself. You can book your own gigs. You can do it all on your own. You out there could be a big star. And even if you're not a big star, it's a lot of fun. And if you can make any money at it, I mean, there are a lot of us out here that make enough to make a living at this. And it gets to stay fun. You do what you want and you don't do what you don't want. And that's pretty cool. So anyway, it's starting to rain again here, guys. So, hey man, I love you guys. Go out there, make some music. All right, man. Spend a couple bucks, get an interface and a microphone, and start making your own music. Put it out there, man. We need more music, and that's the direction that the music industry is going. It's going very independent, and I like that. I like the fact that people can do their own thing, and I can check it out. So make your own music, and send me a link to it, because I'd like to check it out. I personally love people's music. So, peace out. See you next time.